Anna.
I'm Megan.
We're here at Natural Bridges State Beach in Santa Cruz, California.
Today we're going to do a little investigative work behind our regular arts and crafts project. We're going to be working on butterflies, but right here at Natural Bridges they have a great monarch butterfly preserve. So we're going to go over there and check out the butterflies, figure out why they migrate here, and do a little history digging behind the butterfly.
Yes.
But you might be wondering, why butterflies? Well, the Holocaust Museum in Houston, Texas has a wonderful program that they've started called
the Butterfly
Project. And what they're doing is 1.5 million children were lost in the Holocaust. So their goal by 2012 is to have 1.5 million handmade butterflies. And so we're going to show you today how you can make a butterfly to donate to that cause, and check everything out right here at Natural Bridges. So let's figure it all out.
Let's go.
So Chris, tell me a little bit about what it is that you guys do here at the state park and the grove itself, and how long it's been around.
So where we're at is Natural Bridges State Beach, but this is one of the areas of the park that it's most known for, and people have been coming to Natural Bridges to visit the Monarch Overwintering Grove, the eucalyptus grove we're walking through right now, since, well, in 1983 the boardwalk was actually built.
Oh, okay.
But the monarchs have actually been visiting us since, we don't really even know how long.
Wow.
So in the 50s, when the Rangers actually built a station just over here, they discovered that monarchs found this as their home for the fall and winter. And in the 1970s, this was actually one of the largest, well, the largest overwintering site in the United States.
And now, is it just that, like, the temperature is right? Because I mean, when I was in kindergarten, I did my research on monarch butterflies. So I happen to know that they need a 55 degrees to fly and 45 degrees to move.
Correct.
So is it just that this is like the ideal temperature for them before they start to make their descent?
So the monarch butterfly is a tropical butterfly, and so their species has been so successful that they've traveled as far north as milkweed grows, and so that means all the way through the United States and even a little bit into southern Canada. Well, over the winter they need, like you said, a mild climate, sort of like a refrigerator-like climate. So their bodies can, their reproductive hormones can go into diapause, so they shut down for the winter, and they're kind of like in hibernation, like a bear. And so they can't be too cold though. Otherwise, if they freeze,
like, it has to be in that.
It has to be in that certain mild climate, the Mediterranean climate that we experience.
I was going to say, what is the most ideal type of climate? But you said milkweed. What is what is milkweed? Because I don't know what that is.
What is milkweed? Well, Asclepias is the plant Latin. There's about over 200 different types of milkweeds in the United States and about 12 native to California. If there's no milkweed, there's no monarch butterflies.
Okay.
Milkweed is the host plant. It's directly correlated to the life of the monarch. So we strongly encourage people and visitors that come here from all over the world, especially people that live inland from the coast here, to create milkweed habitat. With no milkweed, there's no monarch butterflies. So one of our jobs here is to create coastal habitat. But when the monarchs leave here in the springtime, they need a place to go so the female monarch can lay her eggs, one per milkweed plant.
Okay.
So we encourage people strongly to plant milkweed in places where it's needed. So especially up in the Bay Area and places like the Sierras.
So milkweed is something that our viewers at home can do to help maintain the monarch butterfly. And
absolutely.
That's
a message to everyone, is to plant milkweed. We've seen our numbers drop significantly over the past 10 years or so, and I mean, there's about 2,000 here right now, and at one point, I mean, in '97, for instance, I think there was 120,000. So,
oh, wow.
So it's a decline we've seen along the whole West Coast, but there's also something that we as people can do about it. And one of them, the first thing we could do is to plant milkweed. Right.
And so you're giving me these crazy numbers of butterflies that hang out here. So what do? They just hang out?
They hang out. Well, if we look up in the trees, you see a lot of people. It's difficult to see, but there are these hanging clusters which sort of look like dead leaves. Now, monarch, when their wings are folded up, it kind of you see this.
Oh, I like that. It's gonna be my new dance move.
Right on.
So they just hang out in the trees.
So they hang out in the trees. When it's warm enough, they fly, and you see them fluttering about doing their thing. Now, what they do, they need water. They need nectar about approximately once a week or so, depending on how much fat they have stored. But they're really hanging out, trying to survive through the winter. So when you look at this grove, I like to think of this blackberry here as sort of a blanket for them that keeps them warm, especially if they fall out of the trees. I like to think of the eucalyptus as kind of a water bottle where they're able to drink water off the leaves, as well as the canopy acts like an umbrella for them to protect them from wind as well as rain. And so
I'm trying to be a butterfly. They just hang out and fly all day.
For sure.
Very cool.
So,
well, thank you so much. That was so interesting.
You're very welcome.
I enjoy that. The last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzlingly yellow, perhaps if the sun's tears would sing against a white stone. Such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto, but I found what I love here. The dandelions call to me, and the white chestnut branches in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live here in the ghetto.
Hey Megan, I'm going to show you and our viewers how to make a great monarch butterfly.
Okay.
And what we've done is I've put our template right onto some plastic.
And this is downloadable right here on the website. People can get the pattern?
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
great.
So big wings are the black.
Okay.
And we're making a monarch butterfly in honor of our lovely location we're at today.
Perfect.
And then you're going to trace the other template on this orange. Now we're using wool felt from National Non-Woven, and we're going to show you how to do some felting today too. This is real
Felting?
Felting.
Is this like an actual, is that like a real term, or you made it up?
It's a real term.
Oh.
So go ahead, you're going to trace it, and I use markers. I actually used a dark marker so you don't see all the edging, okay?
Okay.
And so go ahead, and we're going to cut those out. And here I have them already cut for you.
Perfect.
Here's the 2 pieces. Now the cool thing about felting is that you're taking the fibers of the wool felt and you're melting it together.
Okay.
So this is a product from Clover. This is their brush.
Okay.
So you're going to sit that down.
Ooh, very sturdy.
And then we're going to use a felting tool. This is called their felting pen.
Ooh, snazzy.
Yeah, well, it's really sharp. You know how like on Spider-Man has like those little extra claws to climb up the walls? The needles have those little extra claws too, so it melts the wool together a little bit better. You guys think I'm crazy? Okay, I got it. So now what you're going to do your felting, you're just going to simply go up and down.
Oh my gosh, I could totally do this. Let me do it.
Just do that.
I can do it. I've learned already.
Don't poke your fingers with those needles. They're really sharp. Now while Megan's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut out some hearts. I've cut out 2 larger hearts and 2 smaller hearts. These are the same hearts are on our pattern as well. Now as Megan's going along, this is all you do. Just keep up it, and it's really kind of relaxing, huh? Isn't that cool?
Yeah, because the ocean's behind us. Hello.
Okay. So now, you've done that
so
enough.
I'm felted.
You're felted. You're good to go. So look, here's one we've already felted together.
Beautiful.
And you see the fibers, Megan, right along the back?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lay our hearts on. And the wool felt's great because it almost just sticks to itself anyway.
And you can make any shapes that you want.
Any shapes you want. This is the butterfly that we're doing. And as you start, now you're going to just go ahead and start doing the same around the edges.
Okay.
Okay.
And how do you make the body?
Oh, we're not at the body yet.
Sorry, I'm just really excited about this.
Okay, so you're going to keep felting. But I want to show you really quick how to add. Now, if you see on our little butterfly, Megan, we have little hearts and little dot details. This is used with little wool wisps. Wool wisps. And these are wool wisps like this. It's called roving wool. It's another right.
It's like cotton ball.
It is, but it's actually real wool. So I want you to hold that for me. And you can play with that. Now, with the felting tool, this pen, we're going to pull this nib off. We're going to put this little one on. This is a Clover tool too because they have little molds for you to do. Oh. So we're going to, So you're just going to put your heart down and we're going to take a little wisp and we're just going to felt that wisp just like that, up and down, up and down, and up and down. And this is what you're going to end up with.
Oh, very cool.
Isn't that cool? So you're
just kind of imprinting it into the felt.
Exactly. So once that's done, we are going to put our butterfly together with the body.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is the good old school wooden pin. Clothespins, yeah.
Okay.
You used to do crafts with these when you were a kid all the time.
Sure.
Hold that for me, please. So what I'm going to do is we're going to drill a hole in the top. I have this cute little vise. Who knows where I got this from? You're going to put the clothespin in the vise, a little piece of wool on it like this.
Why are you putting wool on it?
Because the vise will gnar up the wood.
Oh, okay.
And the little wool actually.
So that just kind of helps to protect it.
Yeah, it helps protect it. So you're going to tighten that in there really nice and tight. You're going to take your drill and use a 1/16 inch bit, and you're going to drill the top of it like that.
Okay.
Okay, so then you're going to have a little hole.
Oh, for the antennas.
For the antennas.
Oh.
Paint it black. There's
Okay.
your little hole. Okay?
Beautiful.
And then we are going to use some wire and beads and make ourselves some little antennas. And just bend the wire, put the beads on, bend them out a little bit. Now put a little bit of glue, right?
And you just put it in?
Yeah, just a little bit of white glue in like so. And then you're going to take your butterfly body and you're going to slip it right through the notches.
Ooh.
And you want to put a little bit of white glue in here too, or you can use fabric tack. And look at that. Is that perfect? There's your butterfly done. Now, with our little poem that we read today, you can also write the child's name on the back of this to send this into the Holocaust Museum in Houston.
Great idea. Good job.
Thanks, Megan.
You know what we say when creativity knocks?
Open the door.